And hello and welcome everyone to the Comic Multiverse Commentary Edition. It's been too long, hasn't it, Matt?
It has been. We haven't. When was our last commentary?
I legitimately cannot even remember. I want to say Batman v Superman, but we had to have done. Did we do Justice League?
I yeah, I honestly cannot remember.
They all bleed together. I want to say yes, we did Justice League. I can remember talking shit about facial hair, so that one has to have happened. I figured that now would be the perfect time to talk about Black Panther. Just a perfect time to do a commentary in general. There's not much going on in the news currently. Really, you gotta do Black Panther if we want to do Infinity War, and I know people definitely want to see that.
Definitely.
And to make it even better and to sweeten the deal even further, Black Panther is officially out on Netflix this month.
Awesome.
So that's one of the many places you can watch along with us, everyone, and hear our thoughts. It's basically like watching the movie with us. It's like having a party.
Yeah, except we're not there because we're in the computer.
Yeah, because we live in your computer and your hearts. Now, if you've never done a comic multiverse commentary before, it's very simple. In a minute, I'm going to start counting down from 5, and we're going to start our movies all at the same time. In case you're wondering, the runtime that Matt and I have out there is 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 33 seconds.
Yep, long damn movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty long movie. Every movie I considered doing was really long, but you know what? I'm going to be away at Philly next week, so next week you're probably going to get an Iron Fist show, and then that's then we'll be back to normal. So I figured you get an extra long movie commentary, then a spoiler cast, and then hopefully there'll be some actual news to talk about.
Awesome.
All right, so I got the movie all queued up. I got my snacks. Oop, I should actually do this first. There we go. Got my orange Zevia and my hickory smoke nuts, so I'm going to count us down from 5, and then we're going to get started. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, I don't know about you, Matt, but when it comes time to do a commentary, I am almost more afraid to do a good movie than a bad movie.
I know because we always end up just like watching the film
Yeah.
and not talking about it or anything.
Yeah, usually we got more stuff to bullshit in a bad movie, and especially for Black Panther, where it's like, oh, not only is this a really good Marvel movie, not only is this a really good superhero movie, it was like the biggest opening weekend ever and a huge cultural touchstone for millions of people all around the world.
Yeah, it's a quite an important film.
Very much so. It's funny. I remember walking into this movie and being like, man, they got the bulk of his origin out of the way in Civil War. Are they going to explain stuff like the heart-shaped herbs and the meteor? Oh, they do it in the first 5 minutes. Okay, then.
In a really cool like animation thing, which we kind of got like something similar to this in like Guardians, like with the ego stuff, and then I guess you say like Thor 2 maybe.
Yeah. I'm going to say this a lot, but Ryan Coogler thought of everything.
He really did.
That's really this movie in a nutshell. Ryan Coogler thought of everything. It's like he knew how important it was. It's like, hey man, if you fuck up this movie, they will be talking about you in the same breath that they talk about Catwoman and Elektra and why they can't make any more movies starring African-American superheroes. So, don't fuck it up.
Yeah, don't mess it up.
And he did not.
No.
He did not. And again, this movie is such like a genre stew. You got a little 007, a little Star Wars, a little Lord of the Rings, a little Boys in the Hood, as we're going to see in a minute.
Yeah, it really covers like all the bases of like popular film.
Mm-hmm. As we go to the year of our Lord, 1992. Where all great sagas begin, 1992.
In Oakland.
Yeah, in Oakland. So many Raiders fans. Truly, truly Black Panther's greatest foe, Raider Nation. This was fun, too, in the movie theater after that big, like, fantastical origin talking about, Wakanda and vibranium and everything to boom, now we're in Oakland.
Yeah, Oakland, where these guys are like planning a heist.
Yeah. I imagine the people who walked in like 5 minutes late, they're like, whoa, 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 am I in the right movie theater? What's happening?
Yeah, is this Black Panther? What's going on?
Yeah, what did I miss? Really smart framing device too, where it's like, if you've seen enough movies, you're like, this looks like this doesn't matter, but I bet this all matters a lot.
And it really does.
It really does. Some great casting too and everything here. The guy playing, what is it, young T'Chaka is actually the son of the guy who played old T'Chaka in Civil War.
Yeah, that's great.
It's amazing, and it's just like the first of what will be several truly amazing casting choices.
Yeah. Also, I think the guy here, the guy that opened the door, who's meant to be playing like a young Forrest Whitaker, I think that's actually his son as well.
His name is Whitaker, but they're not actually related, is the funny thing.
Really?
But
really?
And they've also been in other movies together.
Oh my god.
Wrap your head around that.
Maybe they got like a deal going. It's like, hey, if we ever have to play like younger versions or older versions of each other, I'll get you. Then we'll trick people.
There you go. You gotta love King T'Chaka's slightly different Black Panther costume. He's got a sash. He's got a bunch of gold trim on it.
It looks so cool.
It really does. I love that it's unique, and it's like, well, yeah, of course, every Black Panther would add to it and have their own style and flair.
Yeah.
I talked over it too, but when he said there's some Grace Jones-looking women there at the door, I was the only one in my theater who laughed. Keep in mind, I live in small-town Podunk, white as fuck nowhere, so no one in that theater knew who Grace Jones was. Why you do this to me?
I know, it's a great film.
Mm-hmm. See, again, we're not even 5 minutes in, and I've already exhausted everything we're going to talk about now. We're just watching.
There we go. We got the attack that Klaue did. It was first mentioned back in Age of Ultron.
Yes, again, some nice continuity here. They're keeping it all together. That's the other great part about Black Panther. If you were a fan of the Marvel movies and you've been paying attention to all of them up until this point, you get some really amazing payoffs here with little lines like that. And if you haven't been paying attention, that's fine too. Black Panther probably works on its own better than just about any of the other latter Marvel movies.
Yeah.
They do it all. Oh no, the homie was lying to you. He was from Wakanda too. You know what? I hope you grow up to be a guy with a weird eye.
Yeah, we'll get to that when that happens.
Yeah, I will curse you to be the guy with the weird eye.
That just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Mm-hmm. Wakanda, it's an amazing advanced technocracy and everything there, but they can't fix Forrest Whitaker's messed up eye. Obviously, a lot of people, too, when hearing about Black Panther, just in its broadest terms, of course, made reference to the Eddie Murphy movie Coming to America.
Oh, yeah.
The irony being, his dad is the king who comes to America here at the beginning of this movie. T'Challa doesn't come to America till the end. Which was very smart, too, to be like, no, this is Black Panther's movie. Let it all take place in Wakanda.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad they did set it in it. But as well, they like go travel the world. They go to South Korea and everything. So yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in this film.
That's like a lazy thing in writing sometime where it's like, how do we make people care about the proceedings? Make it so the big calamity happens where they are. That's big in sci-fi movies where it's like, and now they're going to blow up Earth. Why Earth specifically? Because we live there. Now, here's the thing I didn't know. The actual language they speak, the language of Wakanda, that's like a real African dialect?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they like totally Klingon Dothraki'd it and made it up, but nope, it's all real.
Yeah, it's all a real language. I don't know what type of African language it is, but yeah, it is.
I remember reading about the actress who plays Okoye. She gave a radio interview and she talked about it.
Yeah.
Also, too, this news piece here really good in trying to explain, hey, wait a minute, how can Wakanda be part of the UN but no one know about all their vibranium and all their wealth and everything?
Yeah, they hide their city and they look like they're all like
poor and
like just
everything.
farmers and everything.
Yeah. How? 'Cause they're lying about it. That's how.
I love these sand maps. These are so cool.
Again, all the technology in this movie is amazing. They really made a living, breathing science fiction world that felt plausible in its own way. I believe the term they used was Afrofuturism.
Oh, that's such a cool word.
It really is. Which, again, I wouldn't even know where to look for Afrofuturism. You know, like steampunk, gearpunk. I would love to look for that stuff. Where the hell do you go to research Afrofuturism short of just making it all up on your own? Oh, it's the Halo drop. This part here with the poachers, apparently they wanted to work in Kraven the Hunter at some point. Which would have been interesting, but I can understand why they didn't. There's enough characters in here.
Yeah. Craven would have been really cool.
He would have, but then it also would have been like, it's Black Panther's movie, let it be his. Again, that's what sequels are for.
Well, I don't know, Joel, because we're getting Craven the Hunter film.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Apparently Sony wants to work on it. Well, they can do that when hell freezes over. And here we have...
Again, this is like the Batman part of the movie.
Yeah, very much so. As we are introduced to probably arguably the most capable love interest in any of the Marvel movies to date. She's not only really good at her job, doesn't need saving, but also is more or less way ahead of both the hero and the villain on the message of the movie as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Wakanda can't be afraid to come meet the rest of the world. T'Challa, you should really do that before it's a problem. Oh wait, it's a problem now. Like, maybe if you would listen to her. But yeah, you're totally right. This is the Batman shit. I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Black Panther. Also, if you didn't notice, Black Panther don't give a fuck.
He really fucking doesn't.
No fucks are given. No quarter is...
And I guess that comes when you wear a suit that's fully bulletproof as well. Like, I don't give a fuck.
No, I wouldn't.
This one's just a boy. He got kidnapped as well.
Also, hey, big, happy, feel-good summer blockbuster reminding you, hey, child soldiers in Africa are a real thing, everybody.
Yeah, they're not really bad guys. They're just made to do that.
No. They didn't have a say in this matter. They didn't sign up for this. Now, that's a crossover we need. Black Panther versus the Beast of No Nation. Again, bringing it back to Netflix. That's a good movie.
Has there ever been stories about like Black Panther trying to like curb like child soldiers in Africa?
I feel like there has to be, but then again, as this movie makes a point of saying, T'Challa a lot of the time only really cares what happens in his own borders.
Yeah, he's kind of selfish that way.
Yeah, he doesn't really help out his neighbors. He doesn't really share when he should. But that's also the moral of this movie, too. Him being like, you know what, I can do more good if I join the world as a whole.
Yeah.
An interesting thing, too, with Chadwick Boseman's portrayal of the character. In regards to all the other Marvel heroes, you know, they kind of... The other Marvel leading men always kind of get that stereotype of like, oh, they're all the same type of jokey, they're all the same type of quippy. He is decidedly not. He is like the straight man for most of his own movie. If anything, people rip on him, is the funny thing. His sister's making fun of him, all of his assistants are making fun of him. Basically, all the women in his life are busting his balls every which way. But it's a fun setup for him.
I kind of like that he's overly serious, but he does have fun moments in this film.
He's not humorless, but he is serious.
Yeah.
As he should be, because he has an important fucking job. Literally everyone depends on you, dude.
Yeah.
Boy, do they have some beautiful looking scenery shots in this movie too, huh?
They really do. Scenery in this movie is really, really good.
It must have been quite the challenge to scout all this for filming. I think the bulk of this is shot in South Africa somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, here's our big overhead of Wakanda, which again looks awesome.
It does. It looks kind of like just out of the comics.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like, hey, here's ancient African architecture right next to super advanced Kirby drawings and shit.
Yeah, and not only that, they've like combined them as well, where they'll have like huts, like this building's got like a hut on the side of it, and yeah, it all looks like it's made out of like thatch and wood and everything, but really it's not.
Again, that must have been such a thing for the design department. Okay, build a whole society that has zero, European and colonizer influence.
Yeah.
In fact, we hear a lot about the colonizers all throughout the movie.
Princess. A comfort for the lost.
Princess Shuri with her hair done up in Princess Leia buns. I feel that has to be a bit of an intentional shout out. Because there's a lot of Star Wars in this as well. Hey, why must I be the butt of jokes?
Again, we're just watching the film.
I know. See, this is why I hate doing good movies. It's just like, ooh, this is a good scene. This is a good scene too. The whole movie's a good scene. But let's talk about Shuri for a second. I think, obviously everyone from this movie in the comics deserved and earned a nice little boost and everything, but Shuri got so popular off the back of this, she's getting her first own series for the first time ever, just as Shuri, and not like a mini-series when she was briefly Black Panther.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah. People liked her. She resonated with people.
She did.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. The big, and I gotta say, really awesome reveal of our villain. Killmonger gets a hell of an entrance.
He really does.
He's kind of unassuming. He's just hanging out. He's rocking his jean jacket. He has a top knot, but it doesn't look stupid. Also, yeah, fuck you, British museums. Is the takeaway from this. The villain is so charming that when he talks about the British museums, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Everything there is stolen. Give it back. You dicks. And then I'm like, yeah, it's the British Empire for you. A lifetime of stealing other people's shit. And being like, no, it's okay. If you're ever in London, you can come visit your artifacts that we stole from you at gunpoint. Oh, thanks, Teacup. Now, the thing about Killmonger is that he's not just the comic version. He's actually like an amalgamation of several villains. There's the exiled Wakandan warrior named Killmonger. He's got a little white wolf in him, too, in that he's kind of like a dark mirror to Black Panther himself. And there's even a little bit of, T'Challa, who was like, I think at some point in the comics, he was T'Challa's, like, scheming, jealous cousin, which she ends up being his cousin here anyway, so there's quite a lot going on with Killmonger. He's a lot of versions put together.
Arguably made him a bit better than the comic version.
Yes. In fact, here's the thing. I dropped off reading the Ta-Nehisi Coates Black Panther book, not because I didn't like it, but because I had way too much to read. Did they bring Killmonger back at some point? Because I feel if they didn't, wow, what missed opportunity.
I have no idea, but I have to imagine that he either was brought back or is going to be brought back.
Because it's like a lot of the times when they bring back a character and it's like, oh, you're just like your movie counterpart. That's a little boring. But in this case, it's like, no, please bring him back and make him just like his movie counterpart, please.
Yeah.
Also, we got Andy Serkis here, who's just having a frickin' blast as Klaue.
I know he played such a great villain as Klaue. He's just hamming it up, chewing the
Oh,
scenery, having so much fun.
as a guy named Ulysses S. Claw should.
And it's probably even better for Andy because he's like, people can see my face.
Yeah, I don't have to wear tight pajamas and dance around a soundstage for hours. I don't have to pretend to be a monkey or some kind of animal.
Yeah.
Also, too, that woman, I don't think she ever gets name dropped in the movie proper, but she is actually a character from the comics, too. She's Madame Slay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Killmonger's girlfriend from the comics. She was there in, like, the original Killmonger story. What is it, the Gauntlet or whatever, when Killmonger makes him run through a gauntlet of a bunch of different themed villains. She was one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's not wearing the leopard print, though. That's her thing. Madame Slay, she wore leopard print, and I think she had, like, cheetahs or pumas or something.
Okay.
It made sense in the 70s, I promise. Yoink.
I'm just feeling it.
Yeah, 5-finger discount. It's like, hell, this whole little team here is so fun. It's like, man, can I just follow a movie with them? What were they doing?
And again, there's no explanation in the team because you don't need one.
Nope, they're just doing their thing.
Like, how did all these people get together? It doesn't particularly matter.
Reasons. Craigslist. Evil Craigslist.
That app from the Nick Spencer Superior Foes.
Oh, yeah, Hench. That's amazing.
And I love the costume design.
Oh, man, they really tried their hearts out on this one for costume design. Again, I wasn't looking at the Academy Awards, but seriously, if this one isn't a shoo-in for original costume.
Yeah, oh, there definitely should be.
In fact, let's talk about that, because that was news that I don't think we ever brought up on the show. The Academy Awards this year were talking about introducing a brand new category, which was like Best Popular Film.
Yeah, which would just basically be best Marvel film of that year.
Which, it's like they did it, but they did it so like, what's the word I'm looking for? They did it so passive.
Petty.
Yeah, petty.
It was like petty.
And passive aggressively. It's like, fine, we'll have a best popular film category. And then, you know, all you frickin' plebs out there who didn't see prestige pictures might actually see some movies you've seen on the show. And it's like, hey, Academy Awards, a popular film category isn't a bad idea, because if you actually did that, it might actually remove a bunch of, like, the middle brow crap that piles up during your award show. But don't do it for the wrong reasons, and especially don't make, like, oh, it's the same but different category, and then talk about making Black Panther the first one to win, because that sends a terrible message.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they used to have one like a popular film sort of category. It wasn't called popular film; it was called something else. But it was basically filled that role before being taken away. But yeah, it's like they did it for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. And in fact, they're not doing it at all now. They got shouted down enough, and enough people made enough valid points where they're like, fine, we won't do it this year. We'll actually think about it and do it again next year. Because the problem is, too, where it's like, okay, if you're making best popular film now, then fuck it, you might as well get rid of animated film, and they might as well all be films. In fact, I always think it's a little weird that best animated film gets its own category all to itself, where it's like, shouldn't it all be film?
Yeah.
That one's always kind of bugged me. Then again, it's like, no, Disney, we don't care about best animated film. We win that every year, even when we shouldn't. And poor
Hey, we have that one. We have that one on lock.
Yeah, we got that one on lockdown. And meanwhile, poor Leica's there. We make good movies too. Yeah, but fuck off. Forrest Whitaker, who said in interviews that he imagined playing this character as like the African Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, he kind of does. He's kind of like the mentor, and
Yeah. He's got an Alec Guinness-ness about him.
yeah.
Also, hey, all the different tribes and all the different costumings, being sure to remind you, hey, Africa's a huge-ass continent with lots of different people and lots of different influences in it.
Yeah.
There's the Africa you think of, there's more Middle Eastern influences, more Egyptian influences. God, this is a pretty movie. We're watching the Blu-ray version of it right now, and just goddamn, the colors are popping off the screen.
And great.
Yeah.
So could we all just wrap it up and go?
Ah, Shuri.
Whackity schmackity Shuri. She's really trying for that spin-off. Like, no, seriously, I can hold up my own franchise, I promise.
And then here comes one of my favorite characters.
A triumph in his own right, too, what they do with M'Baka the Man-Ape. Because that's the thing. In the comics, he was called the Man-Ape, and he was a really uncomfortable character. Like, literally, if you asked me, what characters are we going to see in the movie? Would never have said him, because I'm like, M'Baka the Man-Ape, he's, like, almost right there with the Mandarin, and, like, I don't think you could get away with that. But again, Coogler thought of everything, and actually give a potentially problematic character to a director who isn't white and who is of that race, and just like, man, talk about reclaiming a character and not only making him cool, but making him legitimately great.
Yeah, he's really a standout in this movie, and he's only in it for like 5 minutes, maybe.
He's like,
and then he gets put in Infinity War for a little bit, and yeah.
He's like the shark in Jaws, man. Traditional African weapons, too, and everything.
Yeah, it's great.
Apparently they had, like, a bunch of actual, like, African historians on set to make sure everything matched and made sense.
Oh, that was cool.
Which is, like, the exact opposite of, like, a Michael Bay war movie where it's like, historical accuracy, meh.
Yeah, I also like that they've got, like, obviously, like, the traditional stuff from Africa, weapons and stuff, but then they've, like, blended it with, like, the Wakandan tech, so you got, like, spears that fire, like, sonic booms and stuff like that.
Now, the Man-Ape tribe there is from the mountains. Apparently, in the original script, they were supposed to be, like, from a rainforesty part of Wakanda, and Coogler was like, no, that's too obvious, let's make it the mountains. Again, he thought of everything.
I love the masks that they got to wear as well.
Oh, they're really cool. Again, it's how you work costumes in, but have it make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Also, hey man, say what you will about ruling styles of government and everything, but I think other parts of the world would be better if once every year we all got together. It's like, all right, who wants to fight me? Whoever fights me can be president.
Yeah, who wins can be president of Earth.
Again, we just have a badass fighting tournament every year and be like, look, I don't agree with Mr. E. Honda's policies, but he 100-hand slapped all the other opponents, so I mean, if I don't like it, I guess I should just train to be strong enough so I can beat President E. Honda.
And what you do is you charge it with, like, a pay-per-view, and then you use that money as, like, the country's budget.
Exactly, you use that money, you pay off the deficit, because everyone's gonna want to see it.
Yeah, of course.
Forget your MMA too. This will be better.
Yep, pasty like politicians just fighting each other on the edge of a waterfall.
Yep, that's how it has to be done. Oh, and now we have the delegation from Minnesota. What's this, Brock Lesnar? He's getting into politics. Well, that's unfair.
Oh no, what's Bernie Sanders gonna do?
Fight dirty, Bernie. Fight dirty. It's the only way. He's a genetic freak. Oh hey, in case you didn't know, M'Baka, I'm a badass. I see your spear and I say fuck you. Now, obviously, not all of this is here and everything, but hey, here's a fight scene in water. Try not to drown each other. For actors, that's gotta be pretty tough.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Sweep the leg.
Yeah, sweep the leg, Black Panther. We all got our kids' college fund on you. Win this fight. Oh, there's gambling going on in these fights.
Oh yeah, yeah. The people are watching the fight and they're gambling. I'll bet you 2 vibranium.
Exactly there. I bet you 2 Panther bucks. Because let's face it, that has to be the money in Wakanda. It's just dollar bills with pictures of Black Panther giving a big thumbs up. Yeah, because that's another funny thing, because we see a marketplace later in the movie, even though this is a utopia, where it's like, do they have money in this place? Because it seems like everyone just kind of has what they need here.
That's the thing. They probably don't. They've probably got like some sort of system set up where like everyone always has what they need and.
But it's a Star Trek system, what is it? It's all respect and experience based.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed in reading up on it, 1 in like every 5 people in Wakanda is actually barefoot.
Really?
Yeah, no, not everyone chooses to wear shoes in Wakanda. Apparently, like these big scenes, if you count, like maybe every 1 in 5 people is actually barefoot. Which again, Ryan Coogler thought of everything. Because if you are an Afro-futuristic society, yeah, you might not want to wear shoes.
Yeah, yeah. You just might want to go around barefoot.
Yeah, might as well. It's a cultural thing, I think. That's another thing. As Lily White, Matt, and myself try and talk about important issues of African history, which we are totally qualified to do. Here, take the dankest herb. It will make you strong, make you see visions.
You're gonna trip balls in a minute.
Oh, I saw my ancestors. No, you didn't. You just got super high. Of course, that's kind of the Marvel Universe's approach to magic in a nutshell, isn't it? You call it science, we call it magic, maybe it's somewhere in between. Maybe you did go to the spirit world, maybe you just tripped balls, you don't know. Oh, I forget who said this, it was a really interesting theory, and I wish it was true, that the Soul Gem, because everyone thought the Soul Gem was going to show up here in Black Panther because it was the last one. And we're like, ooh, maybe the sand that they used to cover him is actually crushed up Soul Gem, and that's why it takes him to, like, the afterlife to talk to the souls of the departed Black Panthers.
Yeah, or like the soul gem like feeds through the sand or something.
Yeah.
It's the sand is like a thing that like focuses its power so it doesn't like overwhelm the user or something.
Yeah. Ended up not being true, but hey,
Which I'm glad. That was like the obvious thing. And again, Ryan Coogler and probably Kevin Feige thought of everything.
Be like, no, too obvious. Also, let's not make this movie into a gem hunt, too.
Yeah.
Because, like, as much as I enjoy Doctor Strange, the second you knew that was the time gem, you're like, oh, well, this changes things, doesn't it? I'm not nearly as invested in his origin anymore.
Yeah.
And now Black Panther goes to the terrain of Testament to test his destrucity. Because let's face it, this basically is the terrain of Testament.
Yeah, pretty much is.
Don't be sad for me, son. I get to be a panther and live in a tree.
Yeah, but my eye's still fucked up.
Yeah, life is good except for that.
Yeah, they still haven't found a cure, even in the afterlife.
Even in we're working on it. We feel we're close to it, but Also, to people whose reference pool is really small to either Coming to America or The Lion King, they're like, oh, this is the Mufasa moment? Yes, everyone, this is the Mufasa moment,
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you've only seen Disney movies and Eddie Murphy movies, sure, let's go with that. Which, what an interesting person you are who's only seen Eddie Murphy movies and Disney movies.
What a unique take on films you have.
Yeah, really. I'm not saying it's a bad take on film, I'm just saying, holy shit, that's unique. Setting up, too, how T'Challa's a very different man and will be a very different king from his father. And again, the whole big themes of responsibility and trying to fix the past and everything.
Yep.
All good filmmaking, all put up right here.
Yeah, right here with the backdrop, that's really amazing.
It's like a screensaver. Like the best screensaver.
Tell me how to best protect Wakanda. I want to be a great king, Mom.
Well, if I told you how to be a best king, then it would be a very short movie, wouldn't it?
There ain't cliff notes, T'Challa.
No. No, that's what he should have just said, where it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I should have written that down in the handbook. Oh, there's no handbook?
Yeah. Oh, damn, I mustn't have done it before I died. Oh, what a shame.
Note to self, write a handbook.
T'Challa, please.
Did you see it? Was it a bad trip or a good trip? It was a pretty okay trip.
God damn, look at that Wakanda.
I know.
They got trams that are probably free.
Oh, yeah. It's alien, yet familiar. And all I could think when I was watching this, too, is like, man, screw whatever Disney Park is doing right now. Seriously, they need to build the Wakanda Pavilion, like, tomorrow. Screw Avatar, this is where it's at.
I reckon after they're done building that Star Wars park, they're gonna do something like that.
But I can't stay. It's just
I mean, hey, if Guardians of the Galaxy is taking over Epcot, Wakanda can take
Yeah.
over a part of the park.
Yeah. Is that still happening, though?
Might not be now with Guardians 3 being on indefinite. Well, I mean, they can't stop it. It's happening. It's just going to
Yeah,
be
that's
really
true.
weird that they don't have a movie to tie it into.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you think Wakandan cuisine is? Should we send Guy Fieri out there for diners, drive-ins, and dives Wakanda edition?
He won't be disappointed because I doubt they have like poutine stuffed turkeys and giant hamburgers that they deep fry.
They're like, no, in Wakanda we eat to live. Notice how healthy we all are. There's like only one slightly chubby Wakandan, and it's Forrest Whitaker.
But he's earned that job.
There you go, by being wise. Oh, hey, what do you know about battle rhinos?
It's alright. The guy from Get Out knows a lot.
He knows all about them. Man, if he had had a battle rhino in Get Out, that would have been a very different movie.
He could battle the racists
Yeah.
with Battle Rhino.
Yeah, and the cops at the end where they leave it open-ended what happened to him. He could defeat the sad ending that makes you think. Just calling his buddy from the TSA to help out. Yeah, this guy gets a mini arc too. Everyone in this movie gets a mini arc.
Yeah, they're all set up in a really good way for like the sequel or whatever else, wherever else they appear. But yeah, they all get like their own like beginning, middle, and end,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel overstuffed either.
No. Talks about the death in his family and everything, and how, you know, he's got his own bone to pick with Klaue. We find out that he's married to Okoye and everything, and how they kind of have their own little lovers' quarrel in the middle of all of this.
Yeah, I still can't believe that the woman who plays Okoye plays Michonne on The Walking Dead.
It's night and day. It really, really is.
Yeah, like her acting in this is so much better.
Well, it's a meteor part, I'm sure.
Klaue has escaped our pursuits for almost 30 years.
He is a slippery bastard, that Klaue. Hard to catch, which is weird for a guy as flamboyant as he is.
Yeah, and kind of ironic for a man whose name is Claw.
Yeah, that no one can find him.
My parents were killed.
Oh, hey, the woman playing that old woman there, she's like 91 and everything, and apparently everyone on in the cast really, really loved her and everything. And all the articles I read, a bunch of the different actors mention her.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, just this offhanded role. I don't even think she gets a name in the movie unless I'm wrong, but everyone really liked her.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to do if ever I was in a movie. Just have all the other actors say, he was nice, this background player. Oh shit, Panther Mountain. We saw that at the end of Civil War.
We did.
It's like they built a concise universe and all these things happen together in the same place or something. It's like you should learn landmarks in other movies because it'll be important later.
I love this like vibranium mine that seems endless.
Oh yeah.
'Cause as they say in the movie, they barely like scratched the surface on it, so it just makes you think like, how big was that meteor?
Also, too, hey Wakanda, do you guys have like a space program or something to find where the meteor went or came from? Maybe get some more.
Hey, maybe that's how they'll adapt the current arc where T'Challa goes to space.
Hey, there's some Guardians out in space. Apparently, they're quite fun. You might like them.
Yeah, they might know where to find vibranium. Might be
Wouldn't
called something different, but yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be some shit?
You'll be fine. Besides, you'll be on call should you need backup.
I remember too this upcoming meme call out. Everyone says this was the one joke that didn't hit for them. I'm so behind on memes. I didn't even know it was a meme when she does it.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, and yeah, when I had, I'm like, whoa, you're like a year and a half behind on that, guys.
Don't you love
Which is
moments?
funny because they probably filmed it a year and a half ago
Yeah.
when it was released.
Don't you love moments like that where movies instantly date themselves? Where it's like, oh, so that's when you were writing this.
Yeah.
You don't like my royal sandals. I wanted to go old school for my first day.
At least he's not rocking socks and sandals.
No, 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 no. He's got to be an older king before he can do that.
I like the sneakers.
Self-lacing shoes from Back to the Future. Eat your heart out.
Yeah, they even mentioned Back to the Future here, or like indirectly
They
mention
do,
it.
yeah.
That's what I call them. Sneakers.
Which I love that idea too. It's like, yeah, hey, we might be a secluded African nation, but yeah, we get movies.
Take on Klaue. We need the best.
We know
Yeah, we
what-
get Netflix, but we have to go through a proxy so people don't find out where we are.
Oh, but we have the best proxy tech in the world. in Wakanda.
Let me put on my helmet.
That was the first thing Shuri worked on. Okay, Shuri, work on curing disease, building new technology for the Black Panther, and get us all Netflix, please. In that order.
The idea is to not be noticed. This one.
Also, hey, here's a good explanation too for how the costume changed and why.
Yeah, it's almost like Stark Tech now.
A little bit. Ooh. Fancy.
Except in my opinion, Iron Man's is a bit better since it can reform into weapons and all sorts of stuff, whereas this suit can't.
But he can do the whole shockwave thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And very comic accurate too.
Strike it. You didn't say how hot.
I'm ready to my lab, and we just keep things around.
Maybe you should make it a little stronger. Wait a minute.
The nanites absorb the kinetic energy and hold it in place for redistribution.
Very nice.
Strike it again in the same spot.
Again, too, Matt and I we're already out of things to say. We're just like, oh, this is a fun scene. This is a fun scene too.
This is. You just gotta record him and put it on Wakandan YouTube.
There you go. See, if we were in a bad movie, if we were watching a bad movie right now, we'd have more to say.
Yeah. Thing is, like when she puts it up on Wakandan YouTube, she can't like monetize it because King T'Challa won't allow that.
King T'Challa doesn't allow it. He puts a little yellow mark there and takes all your Panther bucks. We now enter the 007 portion of the movie.
Very 007.
Which, green, black, and red, the clothes they're wearing in order, those are the colors of the Pan-African flag, and as they stand
Yep.
in a line as they do, they make that.
Yep.
Again, Ryan Coogler himself said that he did a bunch of videos for Variety, the Variety YouTube channel, all about this scene here.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, he thought of everything.
Love the design, too, on the dress as well. It all looks it almost looks like a computer chip. Because they would have their own design aesthetics and everything. What, you assume just because this is a shady fish market that there must be an underground gambling den in the background? I mean, there is, but I mean, you know what they say about
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah, just don't assume, you know.
Spread out. The buyer is likely
It's funny they go all the way with like the James Bond stuff here, the spy stuff, but they don't let him play like poker or anything.
No, that's for the sequel. Maybe he's bad at cards. You don't know. I thought we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I thought this was a secret underground Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Is this Bakugan or Pokemon?
Bakugan. It was, failed everywhere else. Huge hit in Wakanda.
They're the ones driving the sales. Everyone's like, how could Wakanda, a state that's like full of farmers, be funding like Bakugan? What the hell is going on?
The entire Bakugan industry. Also, too, Sega won in Wakanda. That's the thing. Everywhere else, Nintendo. In Wakanda, they loved the Sega. In fact, they still make them there. I'm going to be meeting Ross again in a minute, Everett K. Ross there, who is a character from Christopher Priest's Black Panther run originally.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to see him appear in another movie first, but show up here to be a main character.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they like set him up in the last one and then dropped him in here, and everyone knows who he is.
Mm-hmm. Also, hey, as people were quick to notice, hey, it's what is it? It's Bilbo and Gollum as the two token white guys in the Black Panther movie, or in this case, the Tolkien white guys in this franchise. Yeah, they are. They asked Martin Freeman too in an interview where they're like, how did it feel being like the only white guy in a predominantly black cast? And he said, I have to imagine it's how black actors feel all the time in every other movie. And I'm like, good answer, Watson, good answer. I like to imagine that's all Chadwick Boseman asked. No, but seriously, when are you coming back for another season of Sherlock?
Yeah, I didn't really like those Hobbit movies, but you're pretty good in them.
Yay, Stan Lee getting his cameo in there, too.
You're stealing money from Black Panther.
There you go. It's honestly kind of sad to see Stan Lee now. It's like, oh yeah, all that horrible stuff that was apparently happening in your personal life. I hope that's been taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's sad.
His claw in his rap troupe.
Oh yeah. Laying down the sickest SoundCloud mixtape you've ever heard. Which, hey, screw releasing the Snyder Cut. What I want them to release is the Ulysses S. Claw demo tapes.
I'm surprised they didn't release like something like it seems like it was set up for them to release something like down the line. Like, I will do it for a little bit of fun.
Mm-hmm. Angie Serkis is like, guys, I can record that like whenever you want. I'll record it on my phone on the way in.
Well, that is quite the entourage. You got a mixtape coming out?
There we go. There's the joke.
Actually, there is one. I'll send you the SoundCloud link if you like. Hey, Dave, can you get the link?
Hey, SoundCloud, like what you're probably listening to this on right now. 50-50 chance. Or you could be one of the people listening to it new on iTunes, which, thank you, the numbers have actually gone up significantly since I put the show on iTunes, too.
Awesome.
Yeah. This guy, always with the diamonds. It's like diamonds are forever or something. I keep it close to my crotch for safety.
I like how it said fragile on the vibranium, like something's gonna break it.
Yeah, even though, as we've shown, it's the most undestructible metal. Yeah, this fight scene here that's supposed to break out on the Variety YouTube channel, Ryan Coogler did a great bit there where he actually walked everyone through the blocking of this scene and how it was shot over the course of 3 days and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like if you care about filmmaking and if you ever want to be a filmmaker, it's really amazing. The depth that he goes into to talk about it, I'm like, holy fuck.
It's a great fight scene.
It really is. What
it was weird when I first saw this. I saw it in a clip, and it must have been like how the clip was made or something, but like everything was like sped up, and I was like, oh, I hope that's not what it's like in the film, and thank God it wasn't.
I forget what he said was a big inspiration for the fight scenes here. I think he said, what is it? The Ong Bak movies were like a big inspiration for the fight scenes. Which are,
I can see that.
Yeah, I absolutely can too. And again, like that camera shot there where she hits him off the balcony and then goes down with him, that like apparently was very time consuming, and it's maybe only like 3 seconds in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the thing they don't tell you about filmmaking. Sometimes the shit that you think is supposed to be easy is the stuff that takes the longest.
Yeah.
Like, as he was breaking down this scene, it went from, man, I want to be a filmmaker so I can film cool action scenes, to, wow, that sounds really complicated and time-consuming. Maybe I don't want to be anymore.
I made it rain.
Yeah. How cool is his arm in this?
It's so cool. I'm glad it's not like the cannon arm he usually has in the comics. So I like that they incorporated that design into the actual arm though.
Yeah.
And it's like a gun now.
Mm-hmm. Because it was a repurposed mining tool.
I am sad though that they had to kill off Klaue. I mean, they probably didn't have to.
No.
But like, I know why they did it. Obviously for like story reasons and stuff, to get Killmonger into Wakanda and everything. But yeah, kind of wish they didn't.
Well, when they undoubtedly rewrite the entire universe at the end of Avengers 4, he was hoping they resurrect the characters people want to see resurrected.
Yeah.
They should take a poll is what they should do. What characters would you like us to bring back from the dead and make a point about it? This too, just another insane, like, car chase action scene. Maybe one of the best car chase action scenes of the year it came out.
Yeah, it was pretty. I'm just trying to think of what other movies that came out that had car chases and that.
I mean, I
don't really think of any.
I mean, it's still technically this year. It's still 2018.
Yeah.
The year's not over yet. Deadpool 2 had a good car chase action scene too, but I like this one more.
Yeah.
This one, as weird as it sounds with super advanced technology and everything, is more, finger quotes, grounded.
Yeah.
It feels stupid to use that word to describe this, but I mean, grounded in regard to Deadpool.
Yeah, which had like giant people throwing trucks and shit and everything, whereas this is just like Black Panther destroying cars and
jumping
everything.
From roof to roof, playing his own version of Grand Theft Auto.
He played Spider-Man before everyone else.
Boy, did he. And them just not giving a shit they're being shot at.
Yeah, yes, like, bullets won't work on it. It's a vibranium car.
They're more annoyed than anything. Get me close. Man, the Dora Milaje in general, especially Okoye, just like, hey, we can kick ass and do it in a dress. That's really hard to pull off in film, but we did it.
Yeah, they're really cool. I like the Dora Milaje a lot.
They were always a great idea in the comic, too.
Yeah.
I think that was a Christopher Priest creation as well. To be like, hey, what if Black Panther had like a team of badass warrior bodyguards, also potential wives, question mark? Because that's the other thing, they are the adorned ones. But little did they know, he only had eyes for Storm.
Yeah.
And maybe
now maybe they could do that, yeah.
Yeah, fucking potentially that could happen now, which means down the line they could eventually have Doom War, which is Doctor Doom wants the vibranium for himself. Black Panther can't defend his borders that well, so he calls in the X-Men to help him.
That'd be really cool. And also, like thanks to like the most recent Captain America comic, it kind of reminded me that they should do like Obadiah Stane's son and get because he has had kind of a violent relationship with T'Challa.
Yes, he has. Which I thought Ezekiel Stane was dead. I think they just brought him back for that just recently. I'm like, holy shit, he's alive.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Stane was invented by Matt Fraction for his Iron Man run. And again, I'm shocked they never went that route for an Iron Man sequel. And if they're not going to do any more Iron Man movies, you're absolutely right. I could see Ezekiel Stane being a great villain for Black Panther.
Yeah.
I'm the Ironmonger too. Electric Ironmonger Aloo. Yeah, that's the one. Still working out the kinks in that brand new VR headset I see.
They got the lag time down. It wasn't not too much lag.
She's still gonna complain about it on Wakandan Reddit. And did you see
in Wakandan Facebook?
Yeah, and did you see that puddle that disappeared?
Oh god, Puddlegate.
I'm really tired of people tacking gate on the end of things. You know who else has got to be really pissed about that? The owner of the Watergate Hotel. Where they're like, it doesn't even mean anything anymore.
Look at me, Madara. Where did you get this weapon?
You savages didn't deserve it.
Say my name, motherfucker. Who am I?
Oh, mercy, King, mercy.
Every breath you take is massive.
Yeah, don't kill in front of the white people or the Asian people,
Yeah.
South Korean people.
Yeah, they know who they are.
They have phones. They have social media. This was beyond live leak.
Yeah. This will be bad. Or, you know, the
Damn,
much...
this is sick.
It really is. Just chewing every piece of scenery and loving every minute of it.
This is just they just like set the camera up as Andy Serkis is getting ready for it.
and-
He just did this, and they were like, "What the fuck?"
And go. Alright, do we play good Wakandan, bad Wakandan here?
After your questioning, you'll take him back to Wakanda with us. What? No. Look, I like you a lot. But he's in my...
Hey, T'Challa, I don't think how you know how we do things here in America. In America, we like to keep our prisoners. I mean, you could take him back to Wakanda, or we could send him to, I don't know, like Abu Ghraib, or like, friggin' what is it, what's the other one there? The bad one? The Bay?
The bad one.
You know, the bad secret Black Ops prison for the United States.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, thank you. You know, the Bay one. We're sending you to the Bay. Oh, well, that sounds quite nice and fast. Oh, no, sorry, Guantanamo Bay. Oh, that's bad.
It's beachside torture.
Yeah, really. It's like that episode of Simpsons where it's like, oh, yeah, you know, you get to suntan and surf, but then you also got to spend 20 minutes in the electric needle room. It's so horrifying, but so relaxing, but so horrifying.
Why don't you ask him this?
What, T'Challa? You telling me that weapon on your arm is from Wakanda?
You actually know.
I didn't build it myself.
I got it from Wakandan eBay.
Explorers search for it for
It's more advanced than regular eBay.
the golden.
But don't go to Wakandan Pornhub. You're not ready for it. It will blow your mind. You know, I said at the beginning I was drinking orange Zevia and eating hickory smoked almonds. What are you eating?
Me, I'm just eating some crackers.
Ah, right on. What
Gotta
kind?
stick with that keto.
Yeah. It's difficult, but I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm just eating like what are they like cracked pepper
There you go.
crackers.
That's good. Oh, what is it? I did a second take at making what is it? The keto fat bomb thing. It's much better the second time. I got a better mold and everything, and my measurements were better.
Yeah, they're good if you do them in little muffin cups, little like paper muffin cups, and you do like a spoonful. That's all you need.
There you go. See, I tried making it in what is it, ice cube trays, and that didn't work as well.
Yeah.
It was one of the saddest moments ever because I tried to crack it like you would crack ice cubes, and it just wasn't having any of it. I'm like, oh, now I've ruined this ice cube tray. I bet if it was made of vibranium, I wouldn't have ruined it. How do Wakandans get their ice?
Your father told the UN the Klaue stole
They go to the mountains.
Yeah, I guess so.
Barter with the 8 people.
Yeah, for their ice. So all the drinks can be cool and delicious. Again, great costuming too for Killmonger, where again it looks a little like it could have come from a comic book. It looks a little paramilitary. Looks a little Saiyan too. Looks like a little like something Vegeta would wear.
It's also got a little bit of like an African influence to it as well.
Yeah.
It's got like these little like braid things around the arms.
How much more are you hiding?
And because Michael B. Jordan is a giant nerd. I'm sure he loved it when people were saying, hey, it looks a lot like Vegeta's Saiyan armor.
Yeah, he goddamn loves anime.
He really does. He is a massive nerd. I remember, what is it, he was on that Hot Wings show there, Hot Ones, talking about his love for anime, and like it actually became like big news on social media, and everyone's saying like, oh, it's, women love Michael B. Jordan, and he loves anime, and he lives with his parents, but why don't you love me? Because you're not in big Hollywood movies and aren't probably worth a lot of money, and you don't look like Michael B. Jordan. Have you seen that man's abs? And fuck you. I feel as though my shit has been pushed in by this mystery foe.
I've been humbled.
I have been humbled. I am sad now. Oh, Ross has been shot. Well, shit. Well, I don't trust you butchers here in this country. I guess we'll take him back to our country. Oh, yes, bring me the stabilization bead that we have. It pumps you full of opium. You feel better? Yes. Thought so. As they say later in the movie, we're good at fixing broken white boys here. Which, geez, I wouldn't advertise that. Every time the Avengers have a problem, they're just going to be dropping them off there for you to fix. Oh, geez, Steve stubbed his toe. Can you help him?
Fixing broken white boys and broken purple boys.
That as well. Robots, we fix everything here.
Not just let him die.
Can you fix my iPod? Is it Apple? No, sorry. We run something completely different here in Wakanda.
We're on Android.
Yeah, we are an Android state. Always have been, always will be.
It's why we prosper.
Yeah, really. It is much easier to move files. Don't have to sign a bunch of endless NDAs. Yeah, well, according to my scans right here, this red part here is where you fucked up. I would say it's about a 96, 97% fuck up right here.
What's going on, brother? Huh?
Where is Klaue? He's not here.
Ooh, yeah, hey, about that. There was a problem.
He kind of got away.
Yeah. That's one of those situations where it's like, look, I'm going to tell you the truth, but you got to promise not to be mad, okay?
Yeah. Okay, I can see that you're mad.
I can see it in your eyes. Your very, very intense stare that you're giving me right now. Meanwhile, at the airplane graveyard.
The creepy airplane graveyard.
Yeah, why are so many decommissioned planes so creepy? gotta be rough texting with the one hand.
He's making sure his people are sending out his SoundCloud mixtape to Twitter.
In case of my death, be
He's
sure
just DMing it to all like the famous rappers.
Yes, be sure to show off my mixtape. Oh, Madam Slay, you had a good run for a little bit. Now that is some supervillain shit, telling her it'll be okay right before he shoots her. I'm the bad guy, in case you didn't know. Although, admittedly, once you learn his origin, it actually does get quite more complicated.
Yeah.
It's funny in this situation, again, I was just rooting for Andy Serkis. No, stay alive, Andy Serkis. You must stay alive. I know you're a minor player in this, but still.
This is what they do to people like us.
I ain't worried about no brain. Check these out.
Hmm.
This one is for a kill.
Check out my body mods, dude.
Much as you like,
Get on my level, brah.
just being outside. Crazy to think that you could walk in there.
Oh no, that's some next level tattooing right there. Here's my question. After this movie, how many people do you think wanted to get glowing tattoos on the inside of their mouths?
Oh, probably way too many.
The same amount.
And probably about half of them probably actually tried to do it with like glow stick shit.
The same amount of people who wanted big dog dire wolves after Game of Thrones. Or the same amount of people who tried shawarma after Avengers 1.
Yeah.
But, you know, at least trying shawarma, that's just trying a new food. It's not forever altering your body.
If you have too much of it, it could.
That's absolutely true. If you eat too much shawarma, it could forever alter your body. Ah, geez, you know, Zaz, I just feel like I'm just really whiffing it here in my first week as Black Panther. Like literally, T'Challa, for everything bad that happens, he could literally say, "It was my first week on the job as king." It's my first week.
Yeah, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
It is not your choice to make. What happened?
I just kind of feel like you're lying to me, Forrest Whitaker. I kind of feel like there's deep, dark secrets that you don't want to tell me. Alright, fine.
Your uncle took a war dog assignment in America.
Again, like the war dogs is something that's really interesting. How they're like kind of spies, kind of not for like Wakanda, and they're like out in the world.
Like sleeper agents, yeah.
Yeah.
You live your life and maybe we'll never need to activate you.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hear, too, about what he wanted to do, where it's like, no, it wasn't as simple as he just wanted to rob stuff. He actually wanted to help this disenfranchised community with a bunch of, like, high-tech weaponry and shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, that actually sounds much more Robin Hood-esque and sounds a lot more, more morally upstanding than we first thought, which obviously being Killmonger's son, he essentially takes his dad's plan just to the, like, next level.
Yeah, just kind of like, yeah, we'll give all these people weapons and tell them to rise up, instead of having them use the technology to bet on themselves.
Hey, it's a theory. Also, too, in this moment where it's like, hey, maybe King T'Chaka wasn't as good as you think, too, that he was willing to kill his own brother and shit. That's some cold-ass shit. And then lied about it for as long as he did. Again, that's some real shit to put on your hero there, you know, sins of the father being delivered on the son and everything.
Your father
Yeah.
killed his own brother.
He saved my life, but he also said, if you tell anyone, I'll fucking kill you. And I kept that secret until today. Yes, poor young Eric. The worst fate ever was delivered upon him, having to live in Oakland.
In 1992 alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... oh, yeah, he had a mother, too, but she, like, died in prison or something.
Yeah.
Which, again, I think Coogler mentioned elsewhere that that's, like, something he wanted to put in the movie offhand, but it never got into the dialogue.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, he had a mother, too. She just also died. Yeah, but he got there. Yeah, big sack of crap. Well, this isn't at all suspicious. I'm going to look. That looks like
What a shock! It's the person I wanted dead.
Yeah, the person who I hated the most. It's almost as if I'm being played or something. Hey, here are my sweet Black Panther themed arm gauntlets that I'm going to use later in the movie. Also, I think that are also going to be her signature weapon in her new series she's getting.
It looks like it.
No. It's a cool design.
It's a cool design, but it's, in my opinion, very impractical since it covers your arms. You have to take them off to use your hands.
Right. Yeah, they haven't quite squared that circle yet, have they?
Yeah. Again, Iron Man kind of did it a bit better, where he has like the sonic cannon built into the top of his arm, and on the War Machine suit as well.
Where we're going, Matt, we don't need to pick things up.
We could do it with our minds.
Yeah, really.
Vibranium has given us telekinetic powers.
It can do everything else.
Yeah, why not? That's the thing, like when Cap's shield bounces back to him, that's him willing it back to him.
Oh, you didn't know that, but that's just another power that Vibranium has. Vibranium can also whiten your teeth and make you feel less hungry. You can spread Vibranium on your toast and believe it's not butter.
It's literally good with everything.
You know that thing where you drink orange juice to shortly after brushing your teeth? If you take a little Vibranium, it doesn't taste horrible.
It makes orange juice bearable after brushing your teeth.
Mm-hmm. It can literally do everything.
If you need to, it can balance your taxes for you.
Ooh, that's really good. I need me some of that.
I like how like Shuri kind of underestimates everyone. She's like, yeah, you're kind of a stupid white guy. That he's like, how do all these panels work and all this sort of stuff? And she's like, kind of takes an interest in him.
Again,
he's like, this guy knows what he's talking about.
And again, this sets up their arc for the end of the movie when they start flying around and shit.
Yeah.
Again, everyone gets an arc. Everything is set up.
Where is the trauma? His Kimoyo beads have been switched off. Well, we are not joined at the hip, Okoye. A man showed up at the border who claimed to have killed Klaue.
Yeah, I don't know if you
again, those beads do everything as well.
Really do. I like the importance of this message. I don't know if you knew this, Shiri, but shit's going down. And again, how do we explain how Killmonger got so good at stuff? He explains it in just a couple lines.
Yeah, he is a soldier.
Fair enough. He also apparently loved Call of Duty, too, and body modifications.
And Killmonger was his code name.
Yeah, which that makes sense. I'm like, alright, I can deal with that. Because Killmonger is one of those really silly names where it's like, if it's his last name, you're like, alright, that's a silly last name. But okay, it's his code name. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Same with, like, Bushmaster from Luke Cage, where it's like, oh, it's a reference to his family and the rum they made. Oh, okay, Bushmaster rum. I get it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I love ridiculous comic book names, but I can understand if you're a writer where it's like, no, I just can't have him be called that.
Yeah, like a movie writer's like, that doesn't sound right. That's stupid.
Yeah. Even though we as comic fans, where it's like, well, we've been reading it for upwards of 75 years, so we're used to it now. We don't even ask those questions anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
People just show up and declare themselves, I am the Crimson Taco. And you're like, okay, he's the Crimson Taco now. This is his name. We need to respect that.
Joined the SEALs and went straight to Afghanistan. He wrapped up confirmed kills like it was a video. Started calling him Killmonger. He joined a JSOC ghost unit.
What we're saying is he's a bad motherfucker.
Drop off the grid so they can
I do like the look T'Challa says when he's like racking up kills like it's a video game. I do not play video games. Do you mean like Pac-Man? Does my enemy have the Pac-Man fever that they have spoken of? Well, I will eat a cherry and then I will eat him.
Yeah, where's the special cherries that I use to eat, and then I can eat him without being sick and dying?
Yeah, what is video game technology like in Wakanda? What do they do for fun with their holograms?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, that sand thing allows them to do whatever they want.
Oh.
You know what they do? They get like war dogs to place those like discs on like cars, and then they go like GTA on people.
That's fun.
serving justice to a man who stole your vibranium and murdered your people.
Yeah, there's driving around, there's ghost cars driving around all over America.
That explains it.
It's like, what the hell is happening? There's ghosts everywhere. It's like, it's just Wakandans playing GTA.
There you go. Also, too, it's like from here on and basically for the rest of the movie, Killmonger cannot stop but making good points. It's like, hey man, I killed your most hated enemy. I guess he did.
Yeah, I'm technically in line for the throne.
Yeah, I would like to fight you now. You're fine when everyone else does it. I'm well within my right. He's technically right.
Their lives are a lot harder. Wakanda has the tools.
And he believes what he's doing is right.
Absolutely.
And in a way it is, but like he's gone, like as we said before, like too far.
Yeah. He's doing it the wrong way. Hilariously, again, it's basically, again, sure or not, what is it? But Black Panther's girlfriend there, Nakia, she's more or less saying all of this. She's already talked about both sides of this argument before it even happened. It's like you can either go and meet the world, you can continue to hide away, or you can conquer the world. Those are your three options.
Yeah.
But you know what's not an option, though? Joel going to get some cheese and getting another drink is what he's going to do. So continue to entertain the people while I'm away, Matt. And I walk away, and Matt just starts talking shit. Man, can you believe Joel?
Oh, Jesus, Joe, I tell ya. And now comes the part of the movie where I sit and watch because it's still a damn good film.
I found my daddy with Panther claws in his chest. You ain't the son of a king, you the son of a murderer. Who y'all gonna see, son?
Okay, stuff that T'Challa just learned is being revealed to everyone. Stuff that he didn't want revealed. Joel's back, I gotta stop talking shit.
Little did you know my fridge wasn't far away. Some sick human being cracked a black cherry and put it back in the fridge. Who cracks a drink and puts it back?
Now, who cracks a drink, takes a sip, and then puts it back?
Monsters. That's the real villain. Thanos hears that and he's like, no, you and I wouldn't do that.
I'll spare you in the snap.
All right, let's... I wish we could have one meeting here in Wakanda that didn't end in a giant waterfall fight, but apparently we can't.
2 fights in a week? Jesus Christ.
Now he's got his Zulu stick fighting skills going on.
No, I was wondering because just before instead of saying for God's sake, they said for Bast's sake. So obviously that's one of their things. So how is Wakanda and T'Challa gonna react to seeing Thor, an actual god?
Yeah. Such is the thing for all comic books, huh? Where it's like, well, we know our god's real, I get my power from them, and Thor's like, well, I know I'm real. Now, when they all meet a Celestial, they'll be like, oh, maybe we're all wrong. Because, in Marvel and shit, you got, like, you're one above all and all this other shit. Marvel at least has a hierarchy for it. DC, it gets even more complicated because it's like, I am the Spectre. I am the embodiment of God's wrath. Does that mean God is real? Yeah. Are we going to meet God? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but it might be a different person than what we originally said.
Well,
but I don't know.
Is that hand at the beginning of creation God? Maybe. Is Dr. Manhattan God? Maybe.
And then it doesn't help as well that you have like Scott Snyder making like a new god every other week. Be like, oh, this is bigger than that other god I made.
I took life from my own brothers and sisters right here on this continent. And all this
He's got a big kill streak there, Killmonger.
Boy, does he. Sadistic. Spree killer. Oh, that went down. Wrong way. Oh,
He's about to add another one to his list.
Yeah, don't make that joke my last joke before I die of choking on food. Joel, he died the way he lived, talking into a microphone, eating food, making jokes. These drums are really fucking intense. They're really selling the importance of this moment.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting that, obviously, T'Challa, to prove he's worthy to be the king and everything, has to fight Killmonger without his powers. In the comics, Killmonger was the first guy to defeat T'Challa with his powers, and it made T'Challa have to think twice.
Yeah, that's probably like a thing that should have happened. Like they should have had like a, like they should have done the ritual, but then like Killmonger said, "Nah, let him fight with the powers.
Yeah.
He'll need all the help he can get, or something."
Or he cheats or something like that.
Hmm.
I mean, it makes sense within the lore that they've set up for it.
Uh-huh.
And eventually they will have a fight with powers anyway, so...
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Maybe that's why they're like, well, let's not bury the lead here, because we're going to have a powered fight later on.
That's true.
But I mean, if I have to be a stickler for comic accuracy elsewhere, I'm sure I had to bring it up here as well. Oh no, T'Challa's losing.
Oh, well, I'll kill you, then I'll kill T'Challa.
Yeah, I'll kill everybody. Killmonger, he killed everybody. He's like a monger for killing. Where was that in the rule book? It wasn't. I screwed the rules. That's also kind of become a meme in and of itself. Is this your king? I've heard that used a couple times on Twitter. I'm like, it's a pretty good line.
the Black Panther, who's going to lead you into the future.
Come on, brother!
Is there nothing that can be done?
Look, T'Challa, we love you, but you're kind of embarrassing us all right now. From the green guy with the big lip disc to everyone else. Now, again, what are the rules for combat on this one? Can, like, T'Challa hit him in the balls or something?
I don't know. Where the thing is, in the last fight, we had, like, when M'Baku challenged him, we had the Dora Milaje doing that, like, closing in thing. They didn't do that in this one.
No, well, I think the idea is that because M'Baka came with people, he got to have people, but because Killmonger came on his own, he had to do this one.
I suppose so, yeah, that's true.
We will make it fair if it's not fair, but it was quote-unquote fair this time. I mean, say what you want about Killmonger, but he just wanted it more. He really just wanted to be king more. He's the American dream, or Wakandan dream in this case. He worked at it, he was born right. That's the other thing about Wakanda and about leadership, where it's like, well, should he be king? It's like, well, he has the blood of kings. It's like, yeah, but everywhere else in the world, we've kind of rejected the whole blood of kings concept, and, you should maybe be voted for it if you're good for it. It's like, hey, we didn't say Wakanda is perfect. Wakanda has its own problems, as you can see.
Yeah, well, and then that's like a thing with the movie. They're kind of like stuck in that like past, I guess, and it's about coming forward into their own and coming and embracing the rest of the world.
Maybe in the next movie too, T'Challa's like, let's have elections.
Yeah, well, maybe like people have like found out about that and like, oh no, we don't do that anymore. I mean, maybe we should, but we don't do that anymore.
That's very much what Ta-Nehisi Coates' run was all about. I'm pretty sure that's how his like first arc ended, with them being like, yeah, maybe we should have democratic elections in Wakanda for the first time ever.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Because they're like, yeah, it's kind of hard to, present ourselves as a progressive superpower in the African continent when they're like, no, we still have kings. We still have rule of kings.
Here you go. That's how you bring in Ezekiel Stain. Like they've opened themselves up to the world, and he's like moved to Wakanda, and you make it like a political thriller where he like vies for like the king, the regency of Wakanda, and that's how he like wants to destroy it.
I like that he's using his money to like back a candidate or something where it's like, oh well, this guy's clearly sold out to American business interests. Just look at him. No, I don't like them. Also, too, talking about how Nakia there, how good she is. She saved the royal family. She basically did everything here in the latter half of the movie while T'Challa's all beaten the shit out of.
Yeah, she knew what was coming.
Again, probably the bestest, most proactive love interest in any Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And then they have their cake and eat it, too, because then he still saves her at the end, too. Also, hey there, Queen, with your Legend of Xena, was their chakram weapon. Give me the juice, give me the purple stuff. Hey kids, we got Sunny D, we got orange juice, we got a heart-shaped herb juice. I want the herb juice. Imagine when he's in the sand freaking out there. Hey, we have these shovels. How about we just beat on him a whole bunch? Now, this is a really great scene right here. That this is what his mind palace looks like. Because obviously he would have no frame of reference for the other stuff, for like the Train of Testament and for the Black Panther's past and everything.
Yeah.
Plus, again, further helps sympathize him as a character. Be like, ooh, you really went through some shit, huh? And you were really abandoned by the people who were supposed to be your people and supposed to be your family. They really fucked you. And like in this scene right here where he cries, they actually let their villain cry, and this kicks off like an amazing thing. Thanos cries in Infinity War, and it's a touching scene, and all I can think is like, Killmonger did it first. Killmonger technically did it first. I always think that's a super bold, ballsy move to have your villain cry.
Give your villain emotions.
Yeah, really. Also, too, this kind of pulls in the message, too, where it's like, Black Panther might be, a movie with the biggest, most open borders message ever, because here's a guy who his whole life was told he didn't belong in paradise, he didn't, deserve the Wakandan dream, and what did it do? It drove him fucking insane. To where he's like, well, if I can't have it, I'll destroy it then.
Yeah, no one can have it.
Yeah, no one can have it. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. That's basically what this scene breaks down to. He was told all these amazing stories about this super awesome, faraway place where all the dreams are possible, and then only to be told, no, sorry, you can't have it. You're not allowed, not you. And you wonder when problems start? Maybe A, you should let more people in, or maybe B, you should stop overselling it so hard. And yeah, Killmonger is the family that the T'Challa family created. He is that monster.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate reaping what you sow.
Literally, yeah.
I forget what I was watching, but I think someone broke it down to it's like not once T'Challa should have said where it's like, look, I'm sorry, you're my cousin, I'm sorry all of this bad shit. I literally only figured that out last week, motherfucker. I'm so maybe if you would come and talk to me instead of kicking my ass and everything, we could have worked this out. Again, it's my first week as king. I have so much to deal with and so much on my plate. I haven't even picked out new curtains for my office yet. Secret tunnel through Wakanda. Secret tunnel. Oh, we're gonna burn this motherfucker down, Pookie. We're gonna burn all these heart-shaped herbs down. You know, I don't really trust your kingly managerial style here, Mr. Killmonger. But I mean, I guess if you say burn them all down, I guess we gotta.
Just be like, motherfucker, you're not gonna live forever. There is gonna be another king.
Yeah. I am immortal. I have inside me blood of kings. I saw that Highlander movie.
If I decapitate Sean Connery, I get everlasting life, right?
I'll live forever. Hey man, when are they gonna get Sean Connery in one of these Marvel movies?
Probably never. He's retired from acting.
He is. It's sad to think that he retired after. Oh, this is a great shot here. The upside down, topsy turvy shot.
Yeah, things are now upside down.
Literally, him becoming king of Wakanda has turned everything upside down. That's what's called visual storytelling. You learned that in film school. You didn't notice it, but your brain did. That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
My first decree as king, no shirts in the king chamber. I will be a shirtless king.
I will wear my bathrobe and satin pants.
Always. To show off my body art and my sick-ass king bling.
We got spies embedded in every nation on Earth. Already in place.
And again, this speech he's saying, you know, again, he's basically talking what Naka was saying. We have all this great technology, we have all this great science and everything else, yet we hoard it to ourselves while our brothers and sisters suffer all over the world. We could make such a change, we could do such amazing things, so let's kill everybody. Oh, you had me until the kill everybody part. like literally, your speech 10 out of 10, man. You were knocking it out of the park, but ooh, right around let's kill everybody.
Never settle the Wakandan Empire.
Like I might have been on your side if you said let's kill most people or let's kill the bad people, but you very clearly were like let's kill everybody.
Yeah, hey man, that's something called genocide.
Yeah, which again historically on this continent.
Hey, you're not much better than the people you're trying to like beat.
Yeah, which again, that's the point. That's where he goes too far as a villain. Which again, too, as I'm in the theater, like sympathizing and rooting for him, like, yeah. Oh, you mean me too? but dude, I was on your
side.
No. Oh no, he means me too. He definitely means me as well. And hey, we just saw all these different sides of Wakanda. Now we've changed again. Here's the snowy mountainside. They like branding the man-ape tribe, don't they?
They sure do.
I wonder who lives in this cave. Perhaps some kind of friendly ferret tribe.
I'm wondering, like obviously, like Man-Ape's tribe doesn't doesn't want anything to do with like the technology or anything. Yet they're like, the city's kind of like technologically advanced. Like it's not just like huts or like
Yeah.
ice caves or something. There's like big bridges and like look at it. It's like
They're-
huge like huts and everything.
They're like the Amish. We reject your air conditioning and internet. No, but we're still gonna shop at your grocery stores and hardware stores, though.
Yeah, and use your tools.
You know, and use your tools. I mean, we're not stupid.
See, he's got mood lighting.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta make a statement. Like, again, his whole little foyer here looks like a really trendy hotel.
It does.
Well, the odds fair,
Yes,
so it was less a murder than a defeat.
do not rub our noses in it.
Silence.
He's so good. And the actor who played him did really well, too. Isn't he, like, cast in, like, a bunch of new stuff as well?
Yeah, he's getting like lots of work out of this, and I'm glad. I really like Winston Duke.
Yeah, no one looks like him. That's the other thing. Like, he looks like he was carved out of granite. He looks like a giant.
Yeah.
And I have to wonder how much of that is just him and how much of that is just really good photography.
Yeah.
Like in this scene here, because obviously he's sitting, but he's also above everyone. He looks like a freaking giant.
Yeah.
Great gorilla. Bah.
And the fact that he's funny, too, is the other thing. That he's this intimidating brick shithouse of a villain, but also funny as well.
Yeah, he's not afraid to be funny.
No, that's that. You usually don't let characters like this be funny. And then again, he has a bit of an arc, too, from being a rival to T'Challa to actually helping them all out in the end. I also just realized, too, they're all wearing their little shawls and everything. It's really nice for Everett K. Ross there that they had a shawl in his size.
Yeah. And that is, I want to say red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely saw the blue. I didn't see the red and white, but if so, that's awesome. Oh, yeah, I see the red.
And I guess you could say those outlines are white.
Yeah, a little bit. There you go. It's funny. Taking a snow bath.
We put him in our refrigerator.
This spa is the worst spa I've ever been to. No little mint on my pillow. Roughest foot rubs you've ever seen.
The sheets are made out of ice.
1 star on Yelp. When I get back, Shuri, remind me to give this place 1 star on Yelp. Now look, I know winners don't take drugs, but we never mentioned anything about heart-shaped herbs.
Yeah, here, take this performing enhancing steroid.
Yeah, really. Hey, it works for Captain America. It'll work for you, too.
I'm here with my son T'Challa. Heal him.
Oh. Okay, I'll leave then. It's just, there's lots of cool Wakandan stuff happening here right now. It's just, you don't really match the vibe, Ross, if you could leave. I just imagine him sitting outside lighting a smoke. Man, I'm missing all the cool shit. So, come here often. This is a great bit, too, there, talking to his dad and all the other Black Panthers, being like, what the fuck? You guys really left me with a big mess to clean up, guys, like, for real. And his dad also kind of being like, well, you could deal with it, or you could just say fuck it and die. You can come hang out with us. Don't we look like a happening group of people? Don't we look fun? We're gonna play Yahtzee and get a Dungeons and Dragons game together. It's gonna be great in the afterlife.
He was the truth I chose to omit.
Yeah, I'm putting that together, Dad.
It's like, yeah, I just forgot to tell you a little detail, you know.
Yeah. Hey, maybe next time write a fucking will or a sticky note or something, so I don't have to deal with this.
Yeah, hell, even a Snapchat story.
Would have been nice.
Doing what is right. No more.
And again, too, T'Challa coming to this realization that he needs to be transparent. He needs to tell the truth, not just for himself, but for his whole country.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good hero's journey, isn't it? He started one way and he ended another way.
Our own make.
It's like he had a 3-act arc.
I must take the matter back. I must.
No, but like legitimately, this is really, really strong storytelling and really, really good screenplay writing.
It is. It really is.
Which, again, as much as I like the Marvel movies, I'll freely admit some of them fudge the latter bits.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially as we go into the 3rd act, like many Marvel movies have been like, oh, well, this is just a 2nd act that never ended.
That's what he was trained in.
How do you feel, King T'Challa? Cold.
Foreign countries. They would always strike at transitions of power, like an election year or the death of a monarch. You get control of government, the military.
Powerless success.
Right.
Right mount.
All vibranium, all of my design.
Send out our weapons to unload the right.
Oh, no, he
Now
has...
we form a rebel alliance of sorts.
Basically, right? Again, how much Star Wars is in this movie? This is totally a Star Wars moment. Well, you know, up in this mountains, my nipples are so fucking hard and cold right now, I bet I could kill Killmonger with them if I had to.
stronger than vibranium. I'll cut through the vibranium with my nipples.
And the man-apes are like, ah, good, you have learned our ancient secret. This is why we left. This was our fundamental argument with the rest of Wakandans. We believe nipple energy was stronger. That's why we went to the chilly-ass mountains to master the nipple arts of combat.
I'm into it. Look, you're gonna need all the help you can get.
Are you done?
Again, why are you guys talking about me like I'm not here?
And I'm right here. I can help.
Mm-hmm. I'm useful. I'm good.
I don't think I will though,
Mm-hmm.
because I like to troll people.
Literally, again, Star Wars comparison. He's basically the Han here. He rolls in at the last minute, yeehaw like Han. Oh, hey, well, we have to do Solo at some point. I know we didn't do Last Jedi, but I'm guessing that's something people would probably want from us.
Yeah. I'm sure people will enjoy what we thought about Solo.
I think Solo comes out on digital either soon or already has by the time we record this.
Like the 14th.
Something like that, yeah. I should actually rewatch Solo again for like the 10 minutes I fell asleep during it.
Oh no.
Yeah. It was the Kessel Run part, actually. I fell asleep.
Oh no.
Yeah. Again, I had a big long day, and I knew I was going to be tired in the theater, but I'm like, alright, no, I'm going to stay away from I'm going to stay away. Oh, no. Woke up for the end, though. Didn't fall asleep during this movie, though. How could you?
I know. I like when we're watching these movies, we don't have the sound on, so we can sort of talk over it. But I've got like the subtitles on. It just says like hip hop music playing.
Yeah, same here. I have my sound on, but I have it on really low. And yes, I like that the second Killmonger shows up in Wakanda, a hip hop influence invades the country as well. He brings it with him.
Yeah, he brings his mixtapes, Claw's mixtapes.
And he's just banging it from every corner.
Stop the tank. Traceable by metal detectors. We got thousands of them.
Yeah, that's pretty horrifying, too. These laser spears, they won't actually set off metal detectors.
Yeah, and they're powerful enough to destroy a tank.
Yeah. Hey, Americans who are still hung up on 9/11 and still terrified of planes and airports and everything, that line was for you. Like, explicitly to freak you out. Got to work on my landings, I tell ya. I'm back. And on the third day...
It means the challenge is still open.
Yep. So... I didn't tap. I want a rematch. As the former Wakandan champion of the world, I invoke my right to challenge again, my rematch clause in my contract.
You have to wonder as well, like obviously a lot of the more higher ups weren't too keen on Killmonger taking over, but like all like the people working in the mine and like the war dogs are like, yeah, sure, that's cool. We're fine with him. And like it kind of like questions like, well, they were never really happy with T'Challa, I guess. Yeah. That wasn't really explained all that much.
Yeah, I don't know if they meant to say that, but I mean, hey, such is the case in a country, at least half the people are going to be pissed off, whoever the new leader is.
That's true. Yeah, they probably should have done something where it's like, yeah, he's not a very good king because he's young. He doesn't really know what he's doing, and
I mean, they elected this brash asshole who had all these big plans and ideas he talked about, even though he has zero kingly experience. You know, the kingship of Wakanda used to be so civil until Killmonger took control. But, you know, I hear somewhere deep in Wakanda, you know, they're working really hard to try and tie him to the American government. And if they do that, here's hoping they can invoke the 25th Amendment of Wakanda. Now we're hearing the wicked action video game stretch. Yeah, Spider-Man, I know you're doing good with a video game and everything, but seriously, when's the Black Panther game?
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I would make it like Far Cry, that King T'Challa gets dropped somewhere and he has to repair his suit and his weapons and everything.
That'd be cool.
So he has to, like, hunt war rhinos to get their pelts to rebuild his suit. Also, I love that every tribe and every class of Wakandans have their own little power things, be it the shield, be it the war rhinos, be what have you.
Those shield things are so cool.
They really are.
It's just like a cape with a shield built into it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you forgot about these rhinos that we set up like Chekhov's gun in the beginning of the movie? Well, they're back. Also, hey, Everett, you need to do your own, what is it, like Luke Skywalker run along the Death Star and everything as well.
It's like, hey, good thing you were a pilot once.
Yeah, again, good storytelling. Thank you for mentioning that early on. But I don't want to be a Dora Milaje. Yeah, this fight here, this amazing spear stuff here, this is some next level shit.
It's really great.
You see lots of sword fights, you see lots of gun fights, you don't see a lot of choreography for spear fights.
No, and if there are, it's usually someone throwing it or doing like a Darth Maul sort of thing with it.
The only thing I can think that's even close is that Jet Li movie Hero. There's a big, long, extended fight scene very early on with a dude with a spear.
Yeah.
Haha. I've got my laser chakrams and I've got my little kitty fists. Now, is the
sand chair.
Yeah, I would say, is the AI voice anyone? Because I know Marvel likes to do that sometimes, that the AI voice is actually someone interesting.
I don't know. Maybe.
If it is, I haven't heard. I want it to be something like, oh, that's Sidney Poitier as the voice of the computer. We made that joke that, if they made the Marvel movies back in the golden age of Hollywood, who would have played each character? I'm like, well, obviously Sidney Poitier would have been Black Panther.
Yeah. Would he have done that?
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. In fact, he would have demanded to do his own stunts.
I want to do that to a real rhino. So Sydney, the physically impossible is like nothing is impossible.
It cost them millions of dollars and massive lawsuits, but they did it.
He tackled a rhino.
Truly, it was the golden age of Hollywood. Now, how do we feel about this idea that I know a lot of people say detracts from Marvel movies, that a lot of their final battles usually break down to hero versus evil version of themselves?
Well, yeah, kinda.
I mean, here it made sense, because Killmonger wanted the power of the Black Panther, he wanted his own armor, he wanted all of this other stuff.
Yeah, well, when it's happened in the past as well, like in Iron Man 1, like that made sense as well, because it was the same sort of deal. Like Obadiah Stane wanted his own armor and wanted to use that tech to power his own armor, so he had it.
Also, it's compelling storytelling too. It's like man versus nature, man versus himself, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what most of these Marvel origin movies are. It's man versus self. You don't get to be a hero just because you want to be a hero. You become a hero because you overcome something in yourself, and that thing in yourself is usually characterized by a villain who looks and acts like you sometimes.
Yeah.
And also here too, it goes an extra level because, like, they're literally family.
Yeah.
Damn, if only I could grab things.
Now, does Killmonger's suit have that EMP burst thing?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen this one. Maybe not.
Because I was going to say, didn't they like imply that like the gold necklace when she was showing them was like better?
Right.
So like, if it doesn't have that power, what makes it better? Because that power is like goddamn OP.
It really, really is. Like, arguably no one should be able to beat Black Panther. Punchy, punchy.
Good old full well fighting.
Mm-hmm. A classic move.
Oh, the claws are out.
Literally. Well, I saw a little burst of energy from him, so maybe he does have it.
Maybe it's just that his suit, like every time he's been hit, hasn't been like Black Panther's. How like it starts like glowing purple, whereas his would probably glow like gold.
I assumed the gold was better just because it was styling and profiling. Again, this is totally the video game too. This is the final boss, fight him but also dodge the train.
Yeah.
We are seeing each other literally in a mirror from across.
This also means they can have the shirtless scene without having the shirtless scene.
That also, too, because, I mean, let's face it, these actors didn't get cut to shit to not have their shirts off. Also true, that's a Marvel tradition. We're as good as the four Chris's.
Oh no.
Oh, you got inside my head like you said you would.
Are you alright? I'm okay. You? Yes. Let's go.
Just rub some vibranium on it, you'll be alright.
It'll do everything. Take a vibranium tablet.
Sure, I've lost one of them, but two are on my tail.
Try spinning. That's a good trick.
Doesn't he do that at one point?
I think he absolutely does.
Like this, here's the tension. Yeah. Someone's actually attacking him, but he still goes back into the hologram.
Excuse me, Mr. Ross, you seem to be getting shot at. Time for me to be a hero. Which, again, I have learned to trust and love these people so much that I'm willing to risk my own life to help turn the tide of battle.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's like that scene from 300, we're getting Spartaned in.
It's weird that, like, only, like, Okio and her husband are like the only ones that like kind of have that thing with like we know each other and we're fighting each other. Like I would think like everyone in that battle would
there.
be like, I know everyone here.
That's true.
We all like grew up together. Why are we all fighting?
Look, the elves have come to help. Oh, I mean, the man-apes have come to help, but let's face it, it's also
Gandalf the White.
It's literally that scene, too. Well, I mean, in this movie, it wouldn't be Gandalf the White man.
Also, like, how would you know, like, who's, like, the quote-unquote good guy and bad guy? You'd be like, well, I know he's part of that squad, but, like, doesn't mean he's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, that's the problem with medieval kingly power struggles. No, you know what it is? It's exactly like Lord of the Rings. It's whoever the little finger of Wakanda is, whoever the guy who's signing people's checks and giving them their Panther bucks. He supported Killmonger, and so because of that, most of the army supported him too.
Yeah.
Also, you gotta imagine when T'Challa's back in power, he's like, okay, motherfuckers, we gotta have some words, all of us right now, about not following evil despots who try and take my place.
Well, that's the thing. That's like when we see it in Infinity War, like their army is much smaller.
Yeah, as it would be, because they just fought a mini civil war.
So it's like, yeah, we lost like 80% of our forces due to infighting, but
Yeah,
we'll still fight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you gotta wonder how many people died off screen or how many people are just recovering after this.
Yeah. Oh, and as well, like how many of them are like in prison?
That too, where it's like, hey, yeah, this is for crimes against the crown, asshole.
Yes! We did it! Great! Now get out!
Also, hey, I imagine, what is it? That, hey, spoilers, Black Panther's probably gonna have questions for Bucky, too. Hey, Bucky, I noticed things went to shit and you didn't come to help at all.
Well, I like to think like didn't really want to involve him because A, it wasn't really his fight, and
True.
B, like he's a recovering like person who's like had his mind fucked with. Bringing him back to battle probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, he's basically like a vet who's working through his PTSD right now, and taking him to a battlefield would probably be a bad idea.
He'd probably end up killing everyone, not just the people he needs to.
Yeah, he'd freak the fuck out, and that'd be bad.
Also, they hadn't built his arm yet.
Also that, too, so he couldn't do any cool stuff. Why must brother fight brother like this? And then they start playing that song from Pokemon, the first movie. What are we fighting for? That's
well, Pokemon's big in Wakanda. So.
Oh, they love it. Not as big as Bakugan, though. I mean, it'll never be that big. Also, Dr. Pepper. Huge in Wakanda. It's not Coke, it's not Pepsi, it's Dr. Pepper. It's the drink of choice. They're all about it. It's weird, Wakanda. Can't find a Coke there. You can find all sorts of different flavors of Dr. Pepper. Ones we don't even have here. Same with Kit Kats. They're like the Japanese like that. They have so many flavors of Kit Kats you've never even tried.
Oh, got him.
Yep. Ah, my only weakness being stabbed.
How did you know? This is like another thing, like the hero offers to help the villain.
Yep.
Like, hey, you were kind of wrong, but I'll still help you.
You have to be gracious in victory as well as in defeat.
As a king would.
Yeah. That's okay, because even though he's dying, Killmonger will still get to say, like, the coolest dying line of any villain ever.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I'm like, why did you kill Killmonger? He was such a great villain, he should have stuck around. Then I'm like, no, it was worth killing him just for his final words.
Yeah.
Bury me at sea with my ancestors who knew it was better to die free than live in chains. Which again, it's one of those like, well, fuck, I can't. Again, you're making yourself sympathetic again. And again, what a tour de force performance too for Michael B. Jordan as well. I think this really took his career to the next level as well.
Yeah.
I can play a villain, I can play sympathetic, I can do action, I can do it all, man. And again, we're just watching because it's too good. Again, how many villains in how many movies get this scene? Not many.
I know, it's just like you end the fight with just a look at the sunset.
Yeah.
Between the villain and the hero.
Kugler thought of everything. Once again, he knew what he was doing.
She's buried in the ocean. With my ancestors that jumped from the ships. They knew that.
Black Panther's like, oh, that's almost as cool as what I said to Zemo at the end of Civil War.
Oh, goddamn, what? He's like, I just gotta write this down.
Yeah. The world of the living is not done with you yet.
That's right. He gets more cool sayings in Infinity War.
Yeah, he does. And he's like, again, even Black Panther's like, oh, that's the most coolest OG shit I've ever heard. Okay, but only I heard you say it. If anyone asks, I said those things. No, wait, better king. Gotta be a better king. Not gonna steal your dying words. Nope, gotta be better. I'll be sure to tell everyone what a sick, wicked badass you were in death. Yeah, God, I can only imagine the Wakandan cleanup effort after this, after all the destruction. Yeah, everyone just kind of goes back to normal. Hey, remember yesterday when we had a civil war and we were all at each other's throats?
So, yeah, that was kind of fucked up.
But that's okay, because Black Panther T'Challa's back in control, and due to, ruling right of kings, everything is fine.
He's back in his sandals, everyone.
There you go. That's another thing, too, where it's like, usually it's bullshit when people say, oh, God-given right of kings. No, but Bast the Panther God is real, though, and he really did tell T'Challa to rule forever. And again, his girlfriend being like, look, I was literally talking about all of this in the beginning of the movie.
We could have solved this if you just listened to me.
Mm-hmm. Like 20 minutes. Could have solved
Eric
it.
probably would have still been alive.
Yeah, just saying. Again, I'm like one of the most competent characters ever written. Yeah, that'll shut you up. that too, the smaller story of Black Panther and his smaller, it's not like your typical romance. It's like he wants to get back with his ex is like his overarching romantic plot, and I like that. And it's subtle and it's understated and it works.
Yeah.
Hey, so how do you want to be queen?
So now I'll just continue being a spy.
Yeah, what a great pickup line that would be for anyone who could pull it. Hey, you want to be queen of my nation? And again, bringing it full circle to the beginning of the movie and showing how much Black Panther has learned and how much he vows to, make the world a better place for everyone, not just Wakanda.
Yeah. Why are we at Oakland? It still looks like it's 1992.
Yes, and that's the problem, Shuri. And like she said, she wants to go to Coachella, which again goes to show they get American pop culture in Wakanda. It was either Coachella or she's like, I want to go to Burning Man. Now that's a spin-off, Shuri at Burning Man. I bet using my scientific mind I could make this drug-fueled art party more efficient and more high-tech. About that,
This will
Bill.
be a social outreach.
And that building, and that building.
You know what? I've just bought like the entire of
I
Oakland.
bought all of Oakland, which was comedically cheap, actually, I hate to say. Which, again, I think is part of the problem, that I was able to buy an entire city.
I mean, I didn't even have to like approach anyone official. I just like bought it off Craigslist.
Yeah, they were selling it. It was fucking weird.
Just like PayPal'd the money, and
Yeah.
I got the deed.
Yeah. It was really quick. Oh, yes, the Wakandan salute. We haven't talked about that too much, but this movie created its own salute, and I like that.
It created its own salute, and Chadwick Boseman is sick of doing it because he gets asked to do it all the fucking time.
Of course he does. Oh, and here's our Richard Donner Superman moment, too, for Black Panther. That, you know, the lifeblood of all heroes is the wonder of children, which I think is where they should all end, really.
Yeah.
So that was Black Panther, and I think we can all agree that was pretty fucking tight, and in a year filled with great comic book movies, this was a really great comic book movie.
This was a really good one, and it was the first of some really great ones this year. This one came out in February. Not many people remember that, but yeah. A month that's usually dedicated to, like, schlock and shit.
Yep. It's usually a dumping ground.
Yeah, we got this awesome film.
Which, again, very fitting, too. They put it out in February. They put it out in Black History Month, too. So, again, they knew what they were doing. But, yes, so that was Black Panther, everyone. We hope you enjoyed it. Again, I know this is a different sort of commentary than when we're watching a bad movie.
Yeah, we'll have to. Maybe we'll do like alternates. We'll do a good one, then a bad one, then a good one. Just sort of break it up a little bit.
I think we should. Even like one that's just like kind of okay. Like if we did, we'll have to save Wonder Woman for when we get closer to the other DC movies.
Yeah, so like December or something.
Maybe we'll pick something crazy random we haven't done.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Well, there's one I really want to do for Christmas, but we got to get some guessing on that one. That one's not...
Yeah, you really want to do that one.
I really want to do that one, and I want to get at least 2 other people to do it with us, because, again, much like this movie, it would be a nice coming full circle for us, I feel.
Yeah.
But yes, everyone, thank you so much for watching this. We most definitely hope you enjoyed it. We will be back with a Iron Fist spoiler cast next week, which, again, means I need to fucking get watching that show because I'm so far behind on it. I got a late start, and I've been working to get ready for my Philly trip. And also, hey, if you're in Philadelphia the 14th to the 16th, you can come meet me.
Awesome.
So that's the thing you can do. So thank you, everyone, for watching and listening. If you're a patron, you'll obviously get this first before anyone else. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. Everyone else gets it Wednesday, both on the channel first, and then Thursday in audio, be it either on the SoundCloud or on the iTunes. If you want any of that information, the links are down in the description and are always down in the description.
Awesome.
All right, and with that, everyone, we'll call it for tonight. Bye-bye.
Bye.